Greetings, cretins! My name's Aaron Ciotti. Everybody calls me Ciotti. It's flooding again. God damn it! Huge rainstorm last night. And, yeah. Apparently all the work that I did on this side of the house was... I feel like it helped, but, not enough. And, so... yeah. Carpet got all wet back here again, and I've got a proper fan. It's kind of covered up over in the corner, but it's a proper carpet fan that's been just blasting all day. I ended up staying up all night so that I could get to Home Depot first thing at 7 and rent that, in hopes that it could be all dried out by this live stream, but no. So I got to, I got to pay a little bit more and run it until the morning, and then I get to wake up at 6:30 tomorrow morning and return it, because it's a 24-hour thing. If you rent it for more than 24 hours, the price doubles. So I got that going for me, which stinks. But tonight is not going to stink. Tonight we're doing a giveaway, thanks to Gamehat Aerial. We're giving away the Pickled Race, when Gamehat sent this over, this is 100% their idea. They're like, "Yo, why don't you do a giveaway when you're done flying it and review it and whatnot?" I was like, that's pretty cool. Let's do it. So yeah, you beautiful people get to benefit from their incredible generosity. And we're gonna do a raffle at 11 o'clock. So you got like 49 minutes before we do a good old CiottiFPV raffle for this thing. Same as with the super chat giveaways, it's $5 a ticket. You can buy as many tickets as you want. Maybe don't go completely insane, because if you don't win, then you'll be out like $1 million. But you know, gotta play to win. You won't win if you don't play. At 11 o'clock, we'll start taking raffle tickets via Super Chats and PayPal. Cool. And we'll talk more about like what it is and what you get and all that jazz. Look at this fancy case that you're gonna get. Look at this. Look at the slots in there. Oh. Thing extras. So cool, man. So fucking cool. Hey, we're also going to rebuild the demolished Air Air65 version 2 builds. I'm going to swap the motors. I'm going to swap the canopy. I think we're going to go over to a white Beta FPV G-string canopy to really lean into the whole like red thing. We're gonna put some red, and we're gonna change the motors as well. We're gonna move this over to some red motors. I think 40,000 kV, but we'll see. So that yeah, it's got like the whole red and white thing going on, like my logo, which you can barely see over here because none of the. Look how dark this is. There's usually a bright white, like there's a set of lights here that shine back there. These guys. These three shine back there on that wall. But usually there's a bright white IKEA shelf there. And white is a brighter color than matte purple. And there's also usually a globe lamp on the top of that thing which lights this up here. I had to move this stuff as well. This is what the lava lamp looks like when it's really close to the wall. See how it has this little aura of red around it? When I move it off the wall and I put it on the other IKEA shelf that's back here, you don't get that, like its light isn't bright enough to do this, which is why I have a separate little light that shines on the back wall to fake this little aura. Any lighting nerds out there? If so, how you like me now? I don't know. Hey, I got Integras, yo. I got goggles Integra. Somebody over in the Discord saw somebody selling a set on Facebook Marketplace, and I snagged them. They unfortunately did not come with the set of inserts that you get with them, and I put them on. And apparently my eyes are worse than I thought. I am a -2, which I never realized. I had to put the goggles 2 that I'm borrowing from someone on, and I had to dial in the little dials, and then I had to look at the little markings here, and my right eye is a -2. My left eye is like a -1, but it's close enough to 0 that like my left eye can focus. So hey, do you guys know anyone who has the goggles Integra that still has the full set of inserts that they came with? I just need one of the -2s. I can't use these. My right eye will not focus. My left eye focuses totally fine, but my right eye will not focus in these, and it's unbelievably distracting because it's just like blurry. Like it's weird because like my non-dominant eye is totally fine, but then my dominant eye is blurry, and having that mix is like no good. So I can't even use these. I was really looking forward to testing these against the goggles too, to see which ones I want for my backup set of goggles. The goggles 3 are amazing, but I want to have a set of backup goggles that work with the old school DJI stuff, the 03, and the 04. So it's either going to be these or the goggles 2. But yeah, to be able for it to be a fair comparison, I need to have that insert for this, and I only need that one insert. So yeah, if somebody can, if any of you guys have the Integras, or if you've got a friend or an enemy that has the Integras, ask them if they have those that insert set that apparently these all came with. These came with a massive set of inserts. To offset the fact that they don't have adjustable focus on them. So yeah, let me know, because I want to try them. I'm intrigued by the fact that these have less of a field of view, and these use the little joystick here, versus the goggles 2, which have that stupid touch display. And they have the bigger field of view, which I always end up needing to shrink down in the goggles. Yeah. Let me know, friends. Let me know. Somebody says, will the goggle 2 inserts fit? I didn't think the goggles 2 had inserts. Why would the goggles 2 have inserts? They're adjustable. Let me take a look. So this is what did come with the Integras are the extra little bezels that I need to put the inserts in. Nope, it's different. It looks to be a little bit different. Right one. Left one. Yeah, it's a little bit, like, bigger. I'm surprised that the goggles 2 have inserts. I wouldn't think... And it doesn't look like the lenses are removable because you can turn it. That's interesting. But this does not look to be the same exact diameter as the bezel in here. So, yeah. Let me know, friends. I appreciate it. I feel like you guys always come through when I'm looking for super random stuff like that. Hey, by the way, if you guys are ever looking for something super random like that's like absolutely killing you, let me know. Come to a live stream, tag me, say like, yo, I'm dying to find blah blah blah, and I'll mention it. You guys can tag me, and I'll read your comment. So like, take advantage of that. You know what I mean? If you're looking for an 04 Pro in stock, you know, we all are. But like, if you're looking for an M1.4 by 6.5 screw that you know exists, say it in the comments, yo. Take advantage of the coolest community in the whole wide world. In the chat, Brian Kirk was first, Gamehat Aerial was next, Flycadelic, the Bruce, Journey FPV, Frosty, Midnight Jesus, Flycadelic again, Frank Nicholas, Tim S, Andrew Taylor, Botanically Enhanced, McMucus, Brent Anderson, Doubles FPV, Denzel the Terrible, Islander. Oh, I'm exhausted, my god. I think I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep right now. Brutal. Maggie and I were up late vacuuming the water from the front, and then I was up. I was wired from that, and then I stayed up to make sure that didn't start leaking again. And then when I realized that the carpet was starting to get wet back here, I was like, ah. So I started moving shit around again and moving the shelves and all that jazz. So. Islander FPV, Kevin Sumner! Every Day with Bruno, Tim S., Denzel the Terrible, Brian Kirk, Ningcraft RC, Tamava, Scotty Scott, Jamie Flies FPV, Dave S., Brian Kirk again. What's up, everybody? I think I got you all. Thanks for hanging. If you want to talk directly to me, just type CiottiFPV into your chat message. If you want to support me so that I can keep doing this full-time forever, head on over to CiottiFPV.com and click some buttons. Patreon helps me out the most. Etsy has some really fun stuff you can buy. Fiverr, you can work one-on-one with me if you want to learn a lot in a little bit of time. Teespring has some really fun shirts and other apparel to show your love. PayPal if you want to support me directly, or at 11 o'clock when you're ready for the giveaway. Discord is where we all hang out, share all the good info, searchable live stream transcripts thanks to Craig, and then lots of affiliate links. Change your bookmarks to these websites to someone's affiliate links. Support people without even thinking about it. Amazon, Get FPV, Pyro Drone, Race Day Quads, Newbie Drone, We Bleed, Beta FPV, FPV Cycle, Hasingi, Oh My God, Brain 3D, HD0, Flywheel, Emacs, Banggood, Camera Butter, AliExpress. And a bunch of other fun stuff at the bottom here. That's how you support me, friends. Let's rub our eyes until they turn red and get poofy. Gamehat Ariel says, yo, CiottiFPV, thanks for doing this. Thank you for allowing me to do this. This is super cool. Pickle Rick FPV. Hey, Gamehat Ariel, doing the damn thing, yo. Denzel the Turbo says, well, if it isn't that CiottiFPV weirdo, indeed. Gamehat Area says, remember the Ciotti purple case is for you to keep if you want. The normal purple case is with the whoop. Yup. I switched the insert. They sent me 2 of these cases. One of the cases is printed in this purple, and then there's a white insert, and I snagged that one. So this one you guys get with the giveaway. The purple and white setup it's mine! It's all mine! Every Day with Bruno says, we're having crazy bad rain in Georgia, though. I'm sure it helped a lot. Yeah, like, we've been in this house for 3 years, and for the first 2 years, it didn't flood at all. This year has been ridiculous. Well, no. Wait, this is year number 4? I don't know. But, like, for a long time, there was no flooding problems at all. And this year has sucked. Last year, I think it did it once. But this year has really sucked. The amount of rain has been absolutely ridiculous. And, like, it rains all at once. Like, it's not like a gradual rain. It's just like we won't have rain for weeks. And then it'll be the biggest goddamn downpour in the history of downpours. And so, yeah. And that's when it happens. It can rain normally for days. And it'll be completely fine. It's when it rains like absolute shit buckets that the gutters on the front of the house get overwhelmed and the water just jumps the gutter. That's what makes the front flood. The flooding back here has something to do with the erosion that's going on this side of the house. And so, yeah, there's 2 companies coming out tomorrow to quote us on replacing all the gutters. And then there's 2 companies coming out tomorrow to look at like the drainage situation and see what's going to happen. The gutters are going to cost $3 to $4 grand, which is just insane, but we need them. Like, the gutters on this house are a total disaster. They're from the 90s when the house was built. So there's absolutely no getting around that, and that should take care of the problem in the front of the house, which will be great. This shit back here, man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna come and quote us $1,000 to have a couple guys dig, just dig, or if they're gonna quote 10 grand to bring a fucking backhoe in and drive all the way down to fucking bedrock or some shit and pour concrete or stones or. But I don't know. It's all bad, man. It's all bad. All is lost. Whatever. It's only money, I guess, right? I wish I had some. I wish I could help. This is gonna have to be all Maggie. Yeah. Tim S says, "Have you considered a wet dry vacuum cleaner?" Yep, that's what we used to keep the front of the house from flooding. Gamehat Ariel says, "The Ciotti purple case was the last of my filament of that color." Very cool. What's that filament called, by the way? Because it's a very, very cool purple. This is a really fun purple. Get in there. Get back in there. There we go. Brian Kirk says, do they all come with a case? I believe so. Gamehat says, "Wait till you see our new pocket case too. Perfect for gorilla whooping. That's really slick." Tamava says, "Sorry about the eye situation, but glad you grabbed the ones I linked." Yes. Oh, that was you, Tamava. You've got a different name. You guys have different names on YouTube versus Discord versus Facebook versus Instagram. It's hard to keep track. Gamehead Arrow says, Brian Kirk said he has them. Do you really, Brian? Can you spare one? Well, first off, are the inserts, is there a -1 insert, and then is there a -2 insert, or is it just go straight to -2? Can you part with one? I literally only need, I mean, if I could get one -1 insert from you and then one -2 insert from you, that would be amazing, because then I'll put the -1 insert into the right eye hole. I'll see how it is, and then I'll put that into the left eye hole and put the -2 into the right eye hole, and I'll see how that is, and then I'll be covered either way. I would super appreciate that, man. That's rad. Thank you so much. Brian Kirk says I can part with them. Oh my god, amazing. Thank you, dude. I only need those two. Amazing, brother. Can you do me a favor? Can you post in my Discord, or even better, shoot me a direct message in Discord? Because, yeah, I typed @Brian into Discord, and it finds @Brian, but it doesn't find @Brian Kirk. So I don't know if that's you. Denzel the Terrible says, "You sure the goggle isn't out of focus on the one side?" It could be, but I mean, when I put the goggles to 0, when I zero out the adjustments, it's the same exact thing. It's a little bit too blurry on the right side. So I'm assuming that the integras are fine, because the inserts that are in them are the 0 inserts, and with both zeroed out, they look the same. So I'm assuming that they're good to go. Gamehead Area says, "Integras are way better than goggles too, in my opinion. No pocket battery needed." For me, with any of these goggles, I don't do the pocket battery thing. I'll find a battery strap that can hold the backup battery. I'd initially thought, so I'm sticking with the goggles 3 no matter what, and they've got the big battery in the back situation, right? And so I'd thought, what'd be cool is that the Integras have the same kind of setup. It would be neat to have both of those goggles have the same battery in the back setup. But then when I really started thinking about it, like when I travel, having the battery in the back of the goggles means that I'm going to have to take the goggles out and put them in the tray at TSA, which is like not the end of the world, but what would kind of be cool is that the goggles 2 have the removable battery. So the goggles 2 I can bury in my flight bag, and I don't have to take these out, and then I just put these batteries in my lipo Kevlar battery bags that I run with. And then the goggles 3, I have this super handy low pro case for, which they fit like absolutely perfect in. They just drop right in there. So this I put in my carry-on, and that's where the LipoSafe Kevlar battery bags are with all my individual batteries. So for that bag, I just pop it up, throw this in the tray, throw those Kevlar battery bags in the tray, and then I can leave the goggles 2 buried in my flight bag. Versus if I end up with the Integras, I mean, this is splitting hairs here, but still, if I end up with the Integras, I'm going to have to dig into my flight bag every time and pull those out and then put them in the tray and then put it back together after it goes through TSA and all that shit. So from a TSA standpoint, it would actually be kind of nice to have the goggles too. But that's not enough of a thing to make the decision. You know what I'm saying? But it is a thing. That is a thing that I thought of. This low pro bag here is the Format 110 Roman numeral 2. Hold on. Low pro. I didn't put that in there. There it is. Format 110. Nope, that ain't it. Oh, that's the regular Format 110. This would probably work. This is probably almost the exact same size. But where's the Roman numeral 2 one? There it is. Hey, on eBay for 17 bucks. Yeah, the goggles 3 fit absolutely beautifully in here. Enough space to where like they're easy to put in there. You got the little front spot here where you could put like some SD card adapter thing. You know what I mean? And yeah, it protects them really nice. And it's not like it's perfect in that like they don't move up, down, left, and right. So this is giving that perfect amount of like little bit of padding front, back, left, and right for the goggles 3. You would not want these for the Integras or the goggles 2. The reason why this is so perfect for the goggles 3 is that they have this bump here that sits on your forehead. The Integras would swim in here. You would not need something this big. There's a bunch of room on top here. And so these would, yeah, there you go. That shows it. This is too big for the, I mean, obviously they fit in there, but it's not the perfect size for the Integras. It would be even worse for the goggles 2, but hot damn, the goggles 3 fit perfectly in here. This actually came from Matt McConnell. He was putting his Mavic 2, I think it was, in here. It might have been the Mavic 2 controller, but yeah, this came from him, and I just held on to it because I knew that it would be the absolute perfect size for something at some point, and sure as shit, it's just right for these Google's free. Tuck the little straps in here, and it's just right, man. Ah, perfect. So nice. It's always nice to have something that gives you just that little bit of extra padding. You know what I mean? Don't mind me. I'm just fingering my low pro. Don't clip that. Hey, the flight footage at the intro was the Siren F3 split base plate. This is getting an 03. one of these days here. It's like over on the on deck kind of area. So that flight footage was some of the last walk snail flight footage you'll see on this thing. It's on Toka Mamba 1505 motors, which are some kV, which are an amount of kV that involves a number. 3,800 kV with GemFan 3052s. And I have a bunch of these Mamba 1505 motors. They've been long since discontinued. I don't really recommend them. The bell and the motor shaft are not laser welded together all that well, and the shafts do slip. I keep an eye on it every single time I fly it. At the end of the flight, I grab the propeller and I pull on it really hard. And if I catch the motor and bell starting to slip, I'll either smash the motor shaft back down through the bell, or I'll just stop flying it and swap one of the motors out. I have a bunch of these motors, so I'm just kind of like working my way through them. Yeah, this one is starting to slip here, and I already kind of smashed it down back through there. But yeah, this is going to get 03, which will be super fun. When I bought the frame for this, I got the extra front plates that'll make it work with the 03 setup. I don't know if you can set this up for 04. Is there an 04 Quadmula F3 split? Siren F3 split, I should say. Yeah, see, so there's an 03 setup, there's a Vista setup, there's an HD0 setup, there's a walk snail setup, but it doesn't look like there's an 04 deal on this. I know that I know that the Jin, the DJINN, they have done an 04 version of, or a conversion. Let's take a quick look. F25. But the Jin here is 2.5 inch prop. And boy, the increase in performance going to a 3-inch prop is pretty insane. So there it is. That looks like an 04. So I think the Jin might just be set up to use the 04 at this point. Well, it says 03 here. Jin F25 SP. Does SP stand for split, or does it stand for... Here we go. The parts between the Jin F25 split and Jin F25 SP are completely incompatible. Well, what is S? There it is. Yep. The SP is designed for the DJI 04 Pro. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. This front end looks completely different. And it's a lot taller. Oh, God. And there's this piece. Yeah. So this thing is completely different for the 04. And so it doesn't look like there's a Siren F3 or F35 setup that's going to work on the... Oh, that's a cool little... Look at that! Look at that little... Look at that little guy! Oh! Bro! That is excellent. That's really cool. Yeah, there you go. It doesn't look like there's a 3-inch or 3.5-inch version of the Siren that's going to work with the 04. So that's perfect, because I'll do 03. You know what I mean? This is now a setup for 03. Great, good to go. The Grinderino is the other 3-inch, 3.5-inch rig that I'm going to be flying a lot of freestyle with here moving forward. Grinderino with 04. Is that a thing? It looks like it. So it's just a different mount, and then it's probably going to be taller standoffs, is going to be my guess. DJ04, make an official mount for the Grinderino. Huh. Okay. It doesn't look like you need taller standoffs. That's pretty cool. Which just basically means that the standoffs that it comes with are long enough. And I just downloaded the 04 camera mount. Very cool. Look at me, yo. Look at me doing 3D print things. I can 3D print. Well, I can't right now because everything's torn apart behind me, but I will 3D print this. Look at that. Yeah! Suck it, Trebek. Alright, so that's awesome. Holy shit, it's just a thing. Look at this, though. Look at these little devil horns. They're pretty cool, right? And look at the little... What? I don't have that. I have a simple version. Look at this. This is what I'm digging. Nice and lightweight, but then like if you smash something, it'll fold over. What in the world? These look a lot like Brain 3D prints. Where are Grinderino soft mount arm set? We want the tall ones. Yeah, look at that. There's the tall ones. Usually when they do these in tall, like the whole bottom piece in here is tall and it's way too heavy. This is the way to do it here, man. Just like make it tall just out on the edge, and then if you hit on the bottom, it'll fold under to keep the carbon fiber from smashing into the concrete and just getting absolutely annihilated. Although, never mind. These are soft mount. You have to mount these with this between the motor and the arm, and I don't like that. So never mind. I don't like that. I would need this upside down with that extra bit on the bottom, which is probably doable. Just like slice it flat and then just rotate it 180. Yeah. Yeah, in my opinion, don't soft mount motors ever. It just creates another spot for vibrations to kind of happen. Well, there we go. Maybe the Grinderino will be the 3-inch 04 Pro setup. The 04 Pros are all taken though for working rigs for live broadcast, but I don't have another one of those gigs for a while, so I'm probably going to grab one of those 04 Pros and throw it in something freestyle to see what it's like. And that'll be a cool comparison. We can do like 03 in the Siren F3 split versus 04 in the Grinderino. The Grinderino is already heavier, but it's on the arms are long enough to clear 3.5-inch props. So that could be a super fun comparison of like an ideal 3.5-inch build, right? The Grinderino is heavier, beefier, weightier. A 250-gram 3.5-inch build sucks. It flies like it doesn't suck, but it flies like a toothpick. That's way too much propeller area for that light of a build. 3.5-inch props match up really well with an all-up weight of like 300 to 350 grams. The F3 split is like, I think this is like 260, 270 grams. And so this is a 3-inch prop. That's kind of the perfect balance of weight to prop size. So, yeah, that could be super fun. That could be a super, super fun comparison between the two. So those are my kind of plans for 3-ish inch freestyle stuff. That's what's coming up here. Camera butter includes this excellent little front and back piece of paper when you buy ND filters from them, and it's really well done. Like, thank you for purchasing our products, blah blah blah, some good product info, but there's the majority of this is tips for using ND filters. Using an ND filter can lead to some really nice natural smooth movement. To get the most out of an ND filter, we need to be thoughtful and careful how the camera is set up. Absolutely. Other than protect the lens, ND filters help us do two things: reduce the jello effect caused by vibrations from the rolling shutter. 2, give the video a more cinematic, natural look that is similar to how our eyes see while in motion. It does both of these things by introducing a small amount of motion blur. Sort of. I mean, the ND filter doesn't do that, but it reduces the amount of light, which allows the shutter speed to slow down, which is what does that. Motion blur. Hey, look at that. Motion blur is a result of the shutter of the camera being open longer per frame because it's trying to make up for the fact that the ND filter is blocking some of the light. Perfect. Because the shutter is open longer, the video is smeared a small amount, which we call motion blur. The faster something is moving in the frame, usually at the edges, the more blur you'll see. Perfect! An ND, this is the part that I really like. An ND4 filter lets through a quarter of the... This is worded strange, but we'll just go with it. ND4 filter lets through a quarter of the light. It filters out a quarter of the light. Well, no. There's no way that an ND4 lets through 25% of the available light. Maybe it does. I don't know. ND8 lets through 1/8 of the light. ND16 lets through 1/16 of the light. ND32 lets through 1/32 of the light. The easy way, set and forget. This is what's awesome. You can leave your camera in auto mode with very good results. Just put an ND filter. ND4 or 8 works great for this, or an ND16 if you always fly in very bright sunlight on your camera, and leave it. You would need to remove it if you're flying in low light or dark conditions. This will smooth out your video and reduce jello. The drawback of the easy way is that the amount of motion blur may change during the recording. If the light changes in your camera, has to adjust the shutter speed. This happens regardless of how... I wish that in this part, this is the easy way, but I wish that they'd mentioned like limiting the ISO, but I think they're gonna... The expert way. Yeah, see, I wish they'd said the easy way, limit your ISO to a maximum of like at least 800. But the easy way is the easy way. They're not diving into... And then the expert way goes all the way, and it says the shutter speed is indicated in blah, 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 and then it breaks down shutter speed 1/60th, 1/20th, blah, 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 blah. And then on the back has... And then they dive into like Pro Tune, on color, blah, 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 which is great. But this is my favorite part of this. This is a rule that I've never really talked... maybe I've talked about this before. It's not a rule, but it's just how it typically kind of works. Use the following ND filter based on the light available. ND4, cloudy/low light. ND8, partially cloudy. ND16, full sun. ND32, very bright sun. That's it, my friends. I don't really ever use ND4s. It's not enough. Like, if I'm going to use an ND filter, I'll start at the ND8. And this is it, man. Like, ND8 for partially cloudy. ND16 for just sun and no clouds at all. Like, that is it. And that is so great that they give you something that breaks that down. Nobody's going to read this, but... this is really, really, really well done. Good job, Camera Butter. Love it. And their ND filters are awesome. I've got their 03 and their 04 filters now, which work in any frames. You can rotate them. You can run them wide, or you can run them tall. And I have to run them tall because the frames that I've got are sandwiching the camera in. So yeah. Back to the chat. Gamehat Shoujo with a $4.99 super chat. He says, "What do you think about using Reship to get DJI from Canada?" I don't know anything about Reship. What's that? What's Reship? When I do that, I'm channeling my inner what the hell's his name from Breaking Bad? God damn it. What's his name from Breaking Bad? Somebody's already typed it in chat. Not Walter. Hector Salamanca! Salamanca. Salamanca. What a fucking last name, yo. Salamanca. Come on. God damn it. Ding, ding, ding is right. Benny Bravo with a $10 super chat. He says, please, too early, love you. Hi, it is a little bit too early, but I'll let you get away with it. I gotta try to remember, though. You gotta remind me. Let me get caught up on chat, because we got 8 minutes before the giveaway starts. Salamanca. Salamanca. Brian Kirk says, you need the +2 or the -2? It looks like -2. On the goggles 2, the adjustment scale, yeah, -2. -2, not the +2. Yeah, minus. What's that mean? I'm getting far-sighted? I don't know what eyeball things mean. Gamehat Area says, I've been looking for a skitzo hydro dip frame for over a year and would pay good money for it if someone has one sitting there. There you go, friends. Skitzo, the hydro dipped frame with the little alien guys with all the different colors. If any of you guys have it, well, that's a QAV. I believe that's a QAV frame. Everyday with Bruno says, you going to Castle Crash and Minefield or just Castle Crash? Just Castle Crash. Kevin Sumner says, got my Weebleed cube back in service. Only needed a single solder, and now it's good to go. You know where. Nice. Full Bradley says, hi from UK. Yes, it's late. I've got a Module 8. Should I transfer the gubbins to a Module 7 frame when I break it? If you want something that is lighter weight, yes. It's not going to handle the wind as good, but it's going to be more maneuverable. So if you're like changing directions all over the place, you might like it better in the Module 7 V3 frame. But if you're flying around in the wind, you're not going to like it as much. Or if you're flying like big, if you're flying like down the street and up over trees and stuff, 2-inch is going to do better with that. So yeah, approach that thoughtfully rather than like, I just want to try something different. I've figured it out for you. I've done them both. I can unequivocally tell you that a 2-inch tiny whoop handles the wind better and like blasts down the street and over trees better. It's bigger, more thrust, right? 75 millimeter, 1.6 inch prop stuff is more maneuverable. So like when I'm weaving in and out between the branches of the garden and shit, the smaller, lighter rig does a better job with that. Jamie Flies FPV says, flipped to props in on my 65 millimeter, and yeah, you're right, it dives better now. Awesome. Love that more people than just me are finally realizing that. I've been saying that for a long time now, and people are like, now props out is better, and it's like, you didn't even try, did you? No, I tried. No, you didn't. Now that people are trying it, they're like, drops altitude better. Gamehat Aerial says, did you check if the downsides are clear? Yeah, we have we've been dealing with the gutters for like the last year. Like, we had really old gutter guards that we thought were the problem. We had somebody come out and remove them. We got set up on a contract-based gutter cleaning company called Ned's, and they've been coming out, and they're old. The gutters are old. They're incorrectly sized. This house, this size roof, this pitch roof should have 6-inch gutters, not the 5-inch gutters that we've got. They're pitched incorrectly, so they should be like this, but they're actually either like this or completely flat. They're also bending down off the roof because they're so old. They're old. They're old, busted ass gutters. We tried to do this on the cheap. I've done everything that I kind of can on the cheap, but it's yeah, didn't work. FizzPV says, sounds like time to move. Gamehead Ariel says, Flash Forge Abyssal Red is the Sparky. The purple is just Bamboo Purple PLA. Cool. And then Gamehat confirms, yes, all of the Pickled Race, Pickled Freestyle builds come with this case. Love it. Gamehat also says, yes, the case is a Tiny Whoop gearbox on Thingiverse by pmantix. He gave us permission to use it. We don't charge for the case. But yeah, we're currently designing an original. Nice. Very slim pocket case, holds a Pickled Whoop and 6 batteries as compact as possible. It's form-fitting. We don't box it out. Nice. That's the smaller case that he mentioned earlier. Danzilla Terrible says, you're going to be over your 20 battery limit with goggle batteries alone. I've never had them count the 20 battery limit thing. Do the goggles too rip through batteries like that? Gamehead says, the really small Whoop washers for the race are by CiottiFPV. I made the durability mod version soon. All of those STL links except the proprietary canopies will be on our site. Very cool. Benny Bravo says, I'm late. How do we enter the giveaway for the Pickle Whoop? You wait until I say that we're starting, but you already got in, so you're fine. BMF Spade says, I have a 04 in mine. In your what? License to Drive's in the house. He says, checks your Facebook messages. Thank you, brother. License to Drive has been adjusting one of his 3D print files to be a little bit lighter weight and to work for this kind of setup that I've got going with this Avada 2 killer. And I think I've got a message waiting for me with a modified design, which is super, super, super cool. Dave S says that screw bit nub is a 3D print. Yeah, but then the little drill, the drill bit is extra short. I don't usually see them that short. And I like this. I have to do an order from Quadmula to get more arms for the Siren F3. And if you make something cool like that and you have it on your site, I want to support you, and I'm going to buy it from you. You know, in the same way that you guys support the fact that I sell the 0.99 millimeter and 1.49 millimeter drill bits, right? Like, you can just go on eBay and order yourself 10 of the damn things, or you can support me and get them from my Etsy store. And so I try to, you know, share it forward. Is that the saying? Isn't that what it is? BMF Spade says there's a 3D print for the 04 for the 3.5 inch. The Quadmula 3.5, the Siren F35. It's not here. Like, somebody just made one on Thingiverse, I'm assuming. I don't see how it's going to have enough room for the 04 camera vertically. Which is why, if you look at this, like, these front standoffs are humongously tall. The 04 camera is just absurdly big. And they use weird standoffs. They use a weird mix of like M2 and M3 standoffs. It's fine. It's fine. Look at this little guy, man. Look, it says Quadmula on it. I love it. I need it. This This is shorter than normal, isn't it? These guys are usually a little bit longer. I mean, come on, look. Look at it. Look how good that is. I love it. Alright. There's a strange smell in here right now. I wonder what it is. Do I need this open? I don't need this open. But I do want to see if the F3 arms, siren F3. Oh, really? The arms are not in stock. Oh my god. Alright, well, not placing an order from them. We're about to do this giveaway, yo. I gotta get caught up on chat real quick, though. License, no, we got that. Danzil the Terrible says, you keep Trebek's name out of your dirty mouth. He is a Canadian hero. We will fight you. Alex Trebek is the biggest Canadian
in the world.
I hit the button once and it didn't do anything. I had to hit it again. I didn't realize that he was Canadian. Gamehead Ariel says, just mount it underneath. There we go. That's the answer. Shoujo, thank you again for the $4.99 super chat. What's reship? Huh. That's interesting. I mean, but then, like, they're gonna ship it here, and then... Oh, I guess the tariffs with something coming from Canada are gonna be much less than the tariffs. I don't know, man. But, like, the whole tariff shit, just... What are we doing? McShaky says it reduces light by 2 stops, which is 25% of available light. No shit. According to ChatGPT, I'm not that smart. That's wild. I am I'm blown away that an ND, because an ND4 is not, like, when you look through it, it's not very dark. I'm blown away that it blocks 75% of the light. That's insane. Oh well. ND34 is for the snow, as Dave S says. Yeah. Sorry, ND32. ND32. Moss1 says Walter. Almost. You Can FPV says, I thought the stream started at 11. Nope. Giveaway is at 11. It's 11:04. We're doing the giveaway. I gotta get caught up on chat, though. Gamehead Area says, I think someone empirically proved props in is better for dives, Chris Rosser or UAV Tech, maybe. I found it out from UAV Tech, Mark Spatz. I don't think Rosser ever tested it, but yeah, Mark Spatz figured it out on Cinewhoops, and then I figured, well, shit, if it's going to help a Cinewhoop, it's also going to help a Tiny Whoop, and so I've been doing it on Tiny Whoops forever. Burlak says, have you tried the HQ Prop 45mm biblades? I found the GemFan biblades really improved my Meteor65 Pro. Wondering if it's worth ordering a set to try. Not many places are selling them. Yes, the HQ 1.6 inch, 1.8 inch, 2 inch props, they're all awesome. They're a little fragile though. So yeah. You're be careful. Denzel the Terrible says, I've been trying to get a hold of you to discuss your gutter's extended warranty. Chaos Wonder says, I took your advice and went with an analog Air 65 and it's been a ton of fun. Awesome, man. Glad you're enjoying it. Gamehead Arrow says, the underneath mount comment is in reference to the Grinderino soft mount. Literally just move it underneath rather than modify the design. But then the thing will be sticking up, and I use giant 1804 motors, and it'll probably hit the motors. I want that thing to be sticking down, but I want it on the bottom. Moss One says your upper lip. Cole Power says, is the smell a Teddy smell? It's not. No, somebody's cooking. Gamehat says, we are supporting U.S. products during the tariff times. Don't buy a $140 Mobile 6 when you can get a pickled whoop. Capital C says, I have some 3-inch arms for the siren split. I'm not using. You're welcome to. I went up to 3.5-inch and I love how it feels. Hold on to those for when I compare 3-inch to 3.5. You might want to go back to 3. I bought 2 of the Siren F3 splits, so I have a full set of extra arms. But yeah, I hang on to those. If you absolutely don't want them down the road, I will certainly buy them from you. But wait until I do this little comparison, because it might open your eyes. Born Upshot says, tariff is based on country of origin. Only if you're willing to drive to Canada would it be worth the effort. Gamehat says, just point it down when you mount it underneath. Oh, yeah. Then it'll be too tall, though. Then it'll be too tall. Because it's set up for the thickness of the arm and then to go. Chaos Wonder says, liking analog, but if I got an HD0 Tiny Whoop, would I get more range and penetration? No. I think, in my experience, HD0 has worse range and penetration. I think that's just because I hate the way that it looks when it breaks up. But, yeah, HD0 does not... If you compare HD0 on 200 milliwatts to analog on 200 milliwatts, there's no difference. I find it easier to fly through the analog breakup, which makes it seem like the analog has better range, but yeah, no, they're the same style link where the VTX transmits, the goggles receive, and that's it. And so there's, you know, a milliwatt is a milliwatt between the two. All right, the giveaway shall begin. $5 per ticket. You can do a super chat, or you can go to CiottiFPV.com and do a PayPal. If you do the PayPal, tag me in the chat and say, yo, Ciotti, check your PayPal, and make sure that I get you added. Gamehat Aerials. Here's their website. Here's me not hitting the button properly. And here's what you're playing for. It's the Pickled Race. Here's a link directly to the Pickled Race with all the specs. I did an entire live stream about this thing, and I flew the hell out of it when I was trying the Impossible Power Loop the other night. So by now you've seen this thing fly a bunch. It's absolutely shocking how good it is. Comes with the case in this color, this insert. Here's the top part. Inside the case, you've got the Beta FPV dongle thing here that you need to plug it in. You've got this excellent little 3D printed thing that's filled with a ton of extra stuff, extra motor screws, extra 3D printed little grommets and whatnot. It's like a couple extra of every... It's gone. It's gone forever. And then the Whoop. Super cool 3D printed camera mount. It's got the Tiny Whoop pinch cam in it. Beta FPV Air 4-in-1. Beautifully soldered on Beta FPV flat antennaed receiver with infinitely short little wire runs there, which has been like liquid electric taped. Beautiful, beautiful work. It's got the Tiny Whoop T-Dog motors, the 0702 32,000s, which fly awesome. I'm not going to say what these propellers are because they're kind of prototypes, but you're going to get a set of these prototype props. They're very similar to the HQ 1.2 by 0.9 by 3s. BT 2.0 with the little rubber bit removed to be super lightweight. Newbie drone light AF frame. And then all the little tricks that... the builder has done here, Pickle Rick FPV. The AIO is bottom mounted, which you can kind of see, which gives it tons of room. Can you just fucking break already so that I can replace you? Yeah, there you go. That's it. Mind-blowing sub 16 gram Tiny Whoop. Great power, great balance of power versus weight. I'm going to give you the actual weight here. It is 15.54 grams. Crazy lightweight. It flies so good at that weight. There's like little modifications all over the place. The frame is slightly modified. Just really well done. Oh, ORT Micro V as well. Antenna mounted in a really cool little spot. So yeah, super impressive little rig, man. If you don't win this, you should go on Gamehat Aerial and buy yourself one. This thing flies great, and it's really well built. And you know, you're supporting some guys that are trying to build really high quality custom whoops, right? And like that's a good thing to support. Drops into the case here, and then this part of the case is like keyed, and so it drops there like that, and then it's held in place, and then this little guy pops right in there. There's room for some batteries here, and then there you go. And then I'll do a little CiottiFPV on the side here. Gamehat, you guys need stickers. You need stickers you can put on here. It also comes with this little guy with some QR codes and some other fun stuff. That's what you're playing for, friends. Let's see who shall win it. We need Firefox. FPV raffle. There it is. All right. So here we go. Here we go. Betty Bravo was the one that got in a little bit early. It's all good. Benny, you were going on here once and twice. $5 per ticket, super chat, or CiottiFPV.com PayPal button. You can get as many tickets as you want. Don't go too nuts, though. I don't want you to go bananas and then lose. Make me feel bad. Moss1 with a $10 super chat. He says 2, please. You got it, my friend. Oh, let's put some extra spaces in here. Wait a second. Oh, look at me. Moss1, you're on there twice. Yukon FPV says, how much are tickets? They're 5 each. You've done a $10 PayPal, so you're getting 2. 1 and 2. Frosty says, put me down for 2, boss. You got it. Thank you to everybody that gets in on this. Thank you to Gamehat Aerial for sponsoring this giveaway. Very, very, very cool of them. Moss1 says your upper lip in reference to what the smell is. He could be right. He could be right. YouTube did the thing and scrolled me to the bottom. Finding my place. There we go. McShaky FPV with a $5 super chat. He says, I just saw other people doing this, so I figured one might get me a pickle race. It's true. For $5, you could very possibly get a pickled race. Cole Power says, my experience is you get less range and penetration. Yeah, me too. But for the distance you do get, it's clear and never loses vertical hold. There are, yeah, that's true. I never thought about that. HD0 doesn't roll. Benny Bravo said, with another $5 super chat, he says, okay, so 3 for me. Cool. So we got one more. There we go. Brian Kirk with a $4.99 super chat. He says, giveaway. Let's get him on here. There we go. Jonathan Carlock with a $10 super chat. He's getting 2 tickets to the gun show with the smallest guns on Earth. Gamehat says, we will exchange it for a brand new one if the winner wants. Nah, man, this is the one. I didn't fly the super. This one is not really hurt. And this one has had my personal... Never mind. This one has my rates on it, so it's worth extra. Jamie Flies FPV with a $10 super chat. She gets 2 tickets. Thank you for the support. Danzil the Terrible with 12 Canadian Californian dollars. He says, give me the tickets. Me want helicopter. I'm assuming that's the pronunciation that you were going for from that spelling. Robert with a $10 super chat. He says, is this how you enter? It is indeed, my friend. Thank you for the support, everybody. Once and twice. Gamehat says, did you see Nick Burns say he pulled off tricks he's never done before inside because the tune gave him confidence? That blew my mind. That's really cool. Brian Kirk says, you have any affiliate link or coupon codes? I think CiottiFPV is a coupon code, right, Gamehat? Gamehat also says, winner will receive Gamehat support as well, as if they purchased it. Brandon's Baked Beans says, does tag him. I think we're good. Robert Andrews with a $10 super chat. He says, I'm in. You're not in yet, but you're about to be. Come on, YouTube. Can you just not do that? There we go. Now you're in, brother. Thank you for the support. Flycadelic with a $10 super chat. Thank you, dude. There we go. Shit. YouTube just did the thing. Got to try to find my place. Betty Bravo says, I got 3 total. Gotcha. Danzilla the Terrible says, no regular Patreon draws tonight. Nope. That'll be 2 Mondays from now. The Bruce with a $5 super chat. He says, I'll try my luck with 1 ticket, please, and thank you. You got it, brother. Thank you for the support. Acid Mall with 10 Canadian Californian dollars. He says, put me down for 2. You got it, my friend. 1, 2. Moss 1 with a $5. He says 3 total for me. You got it, brother. 1 more for Moss. And then we got Freebird with a $20 super chat. He really wants it. He says, put me down for 4 tickets. You got it, brother. All right, let me jump over to PayPal real quick. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Nathan Wells with a $10 PayPal. He's going on here 2 times. Thank you, brother. 1, 2. Double Deuce, the one and only Nick Mucus, with a $5 PayPal. He's getting a ticket. You can't win if you don't play, friends. Alpha Omega Construction, which is capital C, with a $25 PayPal. He wants the Pickled Race. Capital C going on here 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Thank you, brother. And all right, good. Gamehat Area with a $5 super chat. He says, if I win, redo the giveaway for everyone that types. If I win, redo the giveaway for everyone who types in chat. Oh my God, brother, I can't do that. Oh shit. Well, so one of the big reasons that I do the giveaways with like a couple bucks here is that everyone who types in chat, yeah, it's just like there's just too many people. It would take like forever to set it up. BMF Spade says you missed my super chat. Let me figure out how the hell that happened. Robert with a $20 super chat. He says 6 in total, please. Okay, so I've got 2 up there for you already, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 extra. Robert, you're good. BMF Spade, how on earth did that happen? Okay. Well, I know how it happened. YouTube scrolled me to the bottom, and then it messed me all up. So, I see ya. It went from Flycadelic to the Bruce. Yep. Sorry about that, brother. Thank you for the heads up. BMF once and twice. Now you're in there. Now you're good. Yeah, YouTube does not have a good way. It does not really have any way for me just to like list out everybody that's in chat and add them. It's unbelievable that there's not like a master list of everybody that's kind of watching. It's just insane. I think we're good. I think this is it, my friends. Gamehat Ariel, Pickle Rick, thank you guys so much. This was super fun. I had a blast flying this thing. I've had a blast talking about it. This has been great. Shoujo, I have Shoujo on here, right? Where's Shoujo? Hold on. Shoujo did the super chat for his question. What we usually do is like when the giveaway starts, that's when everything starts. What's going on? Why is this happening? All slow. I guess it's just behind. Shoujo, did you mean that super chat to be for a ticket for this? I'm just gonna add you. I'm gonna give you Gamehat Aerials $5. How about that? There you go. You're on there, brother. All right, we're doing it. Here we go. Submit. There's all the tickets. Full screen. Goat is at the ready. Let's see how tired he is. He's so tired. I can barely hear him anymore. Danzilla the Terrible just got blown away. Robert Andrews is down by Motor 1 next to Capital C. They're both hanging in. Freebird's off on the right there. Robert R on the top left. Capital C next to him. Lots of people got blown away. It's Mick Mucus. Congratulations, dude. You have won the Pickled Race. Damn, Mick Mucus is killing it lately. Oh, really? That's a... I mean, if it's gonna freeze on a frame, that's not a terrible for it to freeze the frame on. Mick Mucus, congrats, brother. Let me get this camera fixed here, and then we're gonna do a little bit of flying. Come on, EOS, you got this. Come on, please. 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 Hey. There it is. We're back. Gnarly. Okay, Mick Mucus. I gotta write your name down. And then I will send you the whoop. There we go. Thank you, brother. I know I have your address over on Patreon. Cool. Let me put this somewhere that it doesn't get lost in the shuffle of the flood. Ah, perfect. Awesome. Thanks to everybody that entered. We got some more giveaways coming. Not this coming Monday, the Monday after that. Cool. Thank you, Gamehat Ariel and Pickle Rick FPV. This was super cool. Getting to fly this. I'm looking forward to the freestyle too. Mick says, "Thank you guys. Totally driving. I'm totally driving to pick up my kid. LOL. Thank you." Gamehat Ariel says, "Not sure if you saw the CiottiFPV promo code is good through 8/1 for free priority shipping." There you go. So yeah, CiottiFPV is a promo code on. Let me drop the link to the website one more time into the chat. Gamehat-aerial.com is the website, my friends. And there's the link to the Pickled Race. You can just take the... Well, here. I'll make it even easier for you. Take that off of there. There you go. There's the link to their website in the chat. And I'm also going to add this to the description real quick here for anybody that's watching this not live. There it is. Promo code CiottiFPV. There it is. Good deal. Thank you, friends. Let's do a little bit of flying, and you can see how insane the basement is at the moment. It's all torn up, man. Oh. Well, no, we were going to work on this. It's 11:25. We can get this thing. We can get this thing slammed back together. Let's do a little bit of work, and then we'll fly the build that we fix. What do you say? Hey, hey, what do you say? Hey, yeah. All right, why is this camera pointed jauntily like that? That was weird. All right, cool. So this is the one that we absolutely torture tested back to the 1800s and just absolutely annihilated this Beta FPV G-string canopy. So let's get this Johnny 5 yes disassemble going here. And I'm going to switch the motors. I'm going to put this camera into a different canopy. We're going to slap this all back together. It's going to be red and white like my logo, and all is going to be right with the world. So this is a build based on the Matrix AIO. And this is like, at some point, this is pretty much what the Meteor65 will be, I think. It'll be in this version 2 frame. Look at the destruction. Look at how bad I broke this canopy. It's broken here. The whole front broke off from 2 spots, from there and there, and the back broke off as well. Absolutely wild. Yeah. I don't remember what I was saying. Let me pull these propellers off. Gamehat says, did you see the Betaflight 4.6 throttle expo settings? Yeah, I'm super excited. You can set the hover point and the throttle stick midpoint separately, so you can center your hover while you... Yep. It's really, really cool. I will actually upgrade to 4.6 on a bunch of rigs in order to get access to that, because that's a properly helpful thing. The last couple of beta flights, there haven't been like big improvements. It's just been like some GPS stuff, and so like I'll update a rig if I have to, like if I want to get, like if it's an HD rig and I need to update to get the HD OSD, like I'll update it for those reasons. But other than that, I just kind of won't, because like Betaflight 4.3, even 4.2, they fly completely fine. But the additional thing in Throttle Expo is like dope. And I'm excited for that. These are some more of the prototype props. I'm actually going to throw these kind of beat up prototype props in with that pickled freestyle, because extra props. I'll be right back. Hold on. Coming back, I swear. Hang on. Coming. All right. Man, I am exhausted. I'm just so tired from being awake. What's happening here? Why is this camera stuck? The antenna was stuck to the camera. That was weird. Okay, so I'm switching the motors out. So let's get these guys unplugged here. 1, 2, 3. And get out of there. Come on, man. There we go. 4. These are actually prototype motors from a long time ago. These are 0702 prototypes in 34,000 kV. Kind of cool. I've had these just kicking around for a while. And when the plan was to just crash the living shit out of this thing, I was like, you know what? These motors are just sitting. I might as well do something with them. And so I got a whole bunch of 40,000s here. Let's snag this set of 40,000s here, and we'll swap them over. What is this? Right rear. This is a red dot motor. Red dot motor. There we go. If you're using Happy Model motors and you keep an eye on the little red dot on the whether there is or isn't a red dot on the plug, you won't have to reverse the direction of the motors in Betaflight. It takes like a fraction of a second to look at that, and then it'll save you a minute, and you can just start flying. So there's that. Get in there. Okay. Oh, YouTube just shit the bed. That's cool. YouTube is in top form tonight. I bet you that's why EOS Utility bombed earlier. Because YouTube is struggling. Super annoying. Hold on, let me refresh it real quick here, so I can see the chat again. Hey, come live stream on our... Get off of Twitch. Nobody use Twitch. Use YouTube for live streaming. Here, it's definitely not a complete fucking nightmare. Good lord. Oh man, the chat's been broken for a while. Gamehat says, please let people know to sign up for the newsletter. If the one they want is out of stock, we will only email about releases / restocks and rare sales. And then he says, what do you think of the directional bells on the tiny whoop top spin motors? It's a super cool idea. Whether or not there is any function to that, I have absolutely no idea. But it makes figuring out which motor goes where a little bit easier, and that's cool. So, yeah, absolutely nothing wrong with it. I mean, it also cuts a bigger amount of material out of the top of the bell, and that could be a part of the reason why the top spin motors are a little bit lighter weight. Or it could be that they sit a little bit lower. But yeah, it's pretty cool. This screw might be cross-threaded or stripped or something. It was acting really weird a second ago. Let me just let this chill here, and I'm going to grab another motor. This one has no red dot on it, which matches up with the one that I just removed. We'll fly this thing around on biblades, since those are the props that are already on these motors. That'll be kind of fun. Alright. There we go. And there it is. Getting that first motor screw to line up properly is so satisfying. And so annoying sometimes. Alright, cool. Next one is going to be a red dot. Oh man, wait till you guys see the struggle that is getting the CO3 camera into the Beta FPV banana hammock mount. Oh boy. And I want a red dot. There we go. You know, I might need to think. Was this? No. This is props. Yeah, we're good. This is props out. Sorry, props in rather. I won't have to reverse the motor direction. Okay. Third one. Robert says the CiottiFPV code didn't work though. Gamehat says, let me look. FPV says, got the new Matrix 4-in-1, about to go solder the VTX and the cam. Wish me luck. Very cool. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. What's up, Fun Per Volt? How are you? Alright. Last one. Again, this is the Beta FPV Meteor65 Air version 2 frame, which I just absolutely abused a couple weeks ago, and it held up completely fine. Really, really, really impressed by this frame. So I'm looking forward to putting some more batteries through it. I broke 2 Beta FPV banana hammock camera mounts that night, and the frame barely looks used. Like there's scrapes and scuffs on it, but there's no signs of like actual wear on this frame, which is really, really impressive. And there we go. Motors are on. Let's get them plugged in real quick here. So in case you were wondering, which I'm sure you weren't, but if you ever have a flood and you don't have a wet dry vac, or if it's flooding so bad that the wet dry vac is not getting the job done, towels, and then hold the towel outside and wring it out, and then put it into your washing machine, and put your washing machine onto the spin cycle, which happens pretty fast. The spin cycle will be done within a couple minutes. And then they're like shockingly dry. First and foremost, don't ever just put them straight into the dryer. It will not dry them. You have to run them through that spin cycle first for them to be dry enough for the dryer to have a chance. But yeah, the spin cycle will get enough water out of them where you can start using them again, and they'll absorb a whole bunch more. That's how Maggie and I spent a good chunk of our night last night. We have a little tiny wet dry vac, and it just was not keeping up. All right, so here we go. Here's the old Beta FPV banana hammock mount. I'm really tempted to just use this one, but it's clear, and so I'm gonna force myself to use this white one until it breaks. And so here's the absolute and utter insanity that is trying to get the camera into this mount. What really blows me away is that this mount does not do a very good job holding the camera. It doesn't do anything for like keeping the camera from twisting, and yet, and the camera does twist in the mount, and it's maddening, and yet getting the camera into this mount is like unbelievably difficult. You gotta like, I've kind of gotten better at it, but you gotta kind of drive your fingernail in between this little part on the bottom to open it up a little bit bigger. Sometimes I'll even jam a screwdriver in there. That's kind of sketchy though. And then usually what I do is use like a little bit of an angle on the camera, but then you gotta like really push to get it to go in here. They've put like on the inside of the barrel here, they've put a bunch of like nubs for some reason, but like the nubs don't do anything other than make it impossible to put the fucking camera in. It's really weird, man. This is a really weird mount, but it's the best of this style of mount. And so, there it is. That wasn't too bad. Like I said, I've done it enough times where I've kind of gotten better at it. And then that's it. Like, it doesn't... I wish that it went... I wish that the camera would go, like, deeper into the mount. And then the mount would keep it from rotating, but it just kind of doesn't. Like, this is where I want it. I want the camera to go all the way up here, but then this piece on the bottom won't close. So you actually have to back it out a little bit. I always do this. I push it in too far, and then I have to back it out. And, like, yeah, it's just not a great, not a well thought out design. But again, it's the durable design. So we run it. and we just pray that Beta FPV will improve it. And then, so to get the camera in here exactly level, there's no great science to it. I try to pinch up here, and I can like pinch the top of the camera, and I can kind of keep it somewhat straight in the mount. But then the problem is when you screw this screw down, it like twists a little bit. So I don't usually have any luck here. I just kind of get it close, mount it to the quad, fly the quad around, and then adjust it. One thing I can tell you is that you want to crank this bottom screw all the way, or else it'll rotate in the mount like constantly. So just really hammer this screw all the way home. And then once you get the camera level, so like put this on, fly it around, make adjustments. Once you get the camera level, put a bead of E6000 in here between the camera and the mount, and that'll keep it from rotating. Why is this camera auto-focusing? I specifically have it set on manual. You piece of garbage. What? I have it set to not Microsoft Auto Update. I don't have anything by Oh my god, Teams. Oh, you idiots. No, I don't want Microsoft Auto Update fucking up my computer. Oh god. I'm gonna uninstall Teams. This is no, I don't want anything. No. Bad. Thanks for reminding me to delete this software, Microsoft, you ass bags. And now no, I put you in the garbage, Teams, where you belong. Oh my god, it won't go into the garbage. What is this? Go in the garbage. Oh my god. Die, Teams. Die. Okay. Alright. Moving right along. Where's the back of this? This is... Okay, this is the front. Here we go. That's right. Yeah, the antenna mount is on the side of this, which is kind of weird, but... It's fine. I think there's a little trick. You put the side of this mount on first. I forget. And then the front, I believe, is the best way of doing it. Don't quote me on that. I kind of forget. It's been a minute since I've dealt with this mount. No, it's not the side, it's the front. You put the front on first. I remember this. I mean, it's not a big deal, but yeah, put the front screw in with this Beta FPV mount. This Beta FPV mount, like, it works. It totally works, and it lasts for a while, but then eventually it does explode. But I'm always kind of blown away at how long it lasts for. It lifts the camera up nice and high. The camera doesn't hit the flight controller. The amount of up tilt is just right. It's really lightweight. I give this mount a lot of shit, but it's not that bad. It just like the version 1 Air 65 frame, it's so close to being like really, really good. And so I'm hoping that with how good of a job they did on the V2 airframe, that they'll do a V2 canopy, and it'll be really good. Getting the camera plugged in here. Easier said than done with these stupid JST 0.8 plugs. Oh, I hate these plugs so much. Oh my god. Please just... Get in your home. Please. Dude, I'm gonna get upset soon. You're right there. Go in there. Sounds like a Friday night around here. Come on, you... There's a chance I'm trying to put it in upside down. But I doubt it. Oh, you goddamn son of a bitch. Alright, let me try it the other way. Oh my god, I hate it so much. I hate you so much. Don't drive angry. Don't drive angry. Fuck you! I know that I wasn't putting it in upside down, but I'm doing this anyway, just to see. Nope, I was not. I've always hated these. Like, Newbie Drone has been using them for a long time, and they drive me absolutely, completely and utterly insane. And then when I saw that Beta FPV had started using them too, I was like, oh great. I'm so excited to have to struggle with this stupid-ass plug that unplugs itself all the time on more rigs. Oh my god, you giant asshole. Get in there! Jesus, dude! Sorry for anyone wearing headphones, you're now dead. This is me putting on the nerd goggles. Oh, I'm dumb. I was trying to plug it in on the back side of the plug. Because I couldn't see anything. You have to plug it into the correct side of the plug header. Which I'm pretty much not going to be able to do with this canopy on here. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be able to do it with the canopy on. Oh, boy. I'm telling you guys, magnified glasses, yo. Being able to see what you're doing, game-changing. The game has been changed. Change gaming. Oh my god, this still sucks, for the record. Like, Jesus Christ, come on, dude. Oh my god. Come on, you rat bastard. Get... This is actually even worse, because now I have, like, zero access to the... Oh, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna have to take the whole canopy off. Oh god, you fuck. Yeah, no, I have to take the whole fucking canopy off. Oh, boy. The decisions that are made to make these things lightweight are sometimes a bit much. Wow, I still can't fucking get it. Oh man, I'm starting to get so... I'm gonna grab this, I'm gonna smash this thing into 10,000 little bits if this doesn't plug in right now. Alright, good. Good, good, good. I don't have to destroy this for no reason. Which side is front? This is front. Woo! Okay. So, with these Beta FPV G-string canopies, put the front screw in first. It lets you, like, kind of push down on it to get the camera out of the way, drop it in there, crank it down. Also, the silver canopy screws that Beta FPV gives you are the worst of all the canopy screws. Everybody else's canopy screws are at least a little bit longer. So, yeah. Keep that in mind. Oh boy. There is a very unique sort of frustration to working on whoops. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I just, there's just like a feeling. I just want to smash everything. I just want to smash it. Is that just me? You guys know what I mean? Like, I have to make such tiny little movements that, like, I just want to scream. What is that? It's almost like when I have a nightmare, like when I have a nightmare that, like, I can't run very fast and there's like a dragon chasing me. It's kind of like the same thing. Anybody else get that? It's like you have to be so fucking fragile with everything. And, like, am I making any sense? I'm probably not making any sense. But, like, for some reason, the solution is to smash it. My brain is just like, just smash it, bro. And then all your problems will go away. And you'll feel better. Just smash it, bro. You won't. You wuss. You won't do it. Cole Power says, you and every watchmaker since time began. Chaos Wonder says, it's like your fingertips are cramping. Kinda. I don't know. It's just... I don't know, man. I have a lot of patience, but there is a limit. There is certainly a limit. And the older I get, the earlier I hit that limit. I don't know about that. I'm not gonna say that. That's not true. I think I might be more patient now than I used to be. Isn't that a thing? Like, as you get older, you get more patient. Isn't that true? No? Oh well. It could be true. It's not, but it could be. Alright, just getting the ELRS antenna kind of situated here. I kind of like wrap the ELRS antenna around so it goes up and over the camera to just hopefully kind of keep it in place a little bit. Alright, we're good. This is looking fine. There it is! Apply a few batteries on this and then we can all get some goddamn sleep. What's this guy weigh? 17.41 grams. Why are you so fat? It's because of the Matrix AIO. The Matrix AIO is heavy. And that's it. That's the only reason that it's heavy. Weird. I wouldn't think that this would be quite that heavy. Maybe that scale's broken. I did smash the shit out of it the other day. Okay. Here we go. Oh, this... I'm glad that I didn't put this... I'm glad I didn't put this clear mount on there because this clear mount is broken. I would have noticed it when I was putting it on there. But yeah, this is that first mount that we broke, I guess. So, super quick, I'm going to pull the screw out of it. And promptly lose it. Nah, I found it. I found it. You know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to take a little tiny plastic baggie and I'm going to write, that is a very specific screw. And so I'm going to write beta FPV canopy bottom screw. And then I'm going to put this little guy in here. And at some point, this is going to come in handy. This is definitely not just going to sit in my toolbox forever. Sometimes I do smart things. More often than not, though, I do not. And see, yeah, this mount is wrecked, so I can just yank this camera out of here. And yeah, I had this camera E6000 in there. There's E6000 residue all over the side of it. Okay, let's do it. Here we go. 500 million gigawatts. Refresh. Time. Flying. Time. I remember to charge batteries. Isn't that exciting? 500 hertz. I usually run 250 hertz, so this will be cool. Let's see if it flies first. Uh-oh. Why did that take so long? That was super weird. It fries. I just blew stuff all over the place. What happened? Come on now. Why'd my goggles just beep? That was weird. They just now get video. Here we go, friends. 40 million kV motors. Okay, huzzah. Woo! Missed it. Completely missed that gate. Why does it make me wait sometimes? What in the open source is that about? No, no! Let's see. Oh God, no! my god! I hit the bottom of that symbol. That was insane. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Ah, oh, hit the antenna on the goggles. Where's my OSD at? There it is. What? Look at what's the OSD all glitchy for? You. Stop it! Let me fly! Oh boy. I tried to rearm it twice. And it said, no, 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 both times. Alright, let's get a fresh battery on here. And we'll try some of them there. Power loops! The most powerful loops. Here we go. Oh my god, where'd all this hair come from? What the hell? Where did I crash this that there was so much hair? Alright, that was a Beta FPV lava battery. Now we're going to a Weebleed Basher battery. Why is the other S taking so long to link up? What is that about? Is that a 500 hertz thing? What? That is super weird. Oh, fuck you. Small dog attack. Is there a little boo on the couch or is that Maggie? It's Maggie! Yay! Yay! What's she doing? Oh god! I'm getting a lot of breakup. I do have a shitty antenna on here. I don't think this Matrix AIO is going to last much longer. It's acting really weird. Ah! No, no, no. Yes. Alright. So this is the Mega Power Loop. This is the easy one. Now I'm going to dive back into the difficult one. Okay. Oh god! Man, I can really feel the extra weight. Almost. Come on now. Come on now. Oh my god, you son of a bitch. I'll tell you what, man. The more you beat on these rigs, like, a fresh build flies so much better. Like, when you start really beating on these motors and these AIOs and the props and shit, like, it makes a difference. Not in a good way. I think I think a lot of it has to do with the hair getting all tangled up in these things. Speaking of, this one motor, I don't know, I don't understand what happened here, but like, this is, what is going on? Where did all this fucking hair come from? I have to take this prop off. There's so much hair in this one motor that I could have to do with why it doesn't feel like it has 40,000 kVs worth of power. Yeah, that was a huge clump of hair. What on earth? Alright, let's try this. Whoa. Let me spin these motors up in turtle mode real quick. Oh, motor 4 is hurting. Motor 4, the rest. Motor 1, too. Why is it that motors 1 and 4 typically don't spin up as hard? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It feels way better without that hair in there. Oh my god, really? Teddy says, do the trick, dude. Oh my god. I will, Teddy. Stop that. Let me... Here we go. Ah! Caught the symbol. Oh, that was very close. I just clipped the back of the front of the gate there. Fuck you. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Get off. Teddy, look out, buddy. Oh my god. Oh, Teddy boy. Ugh. Why? Why? Jeez. Not my night, man. Oh! That was a really interesting recovery, actually. Oh, God! If I had hair that was a little bit longer, it would be stuck in it. Alright. I'm flying on like 4 hours of sleep, if that, right now. So that's my excuse. What's your excuse? Oh my god, why? This other motor is now completely... I don't have the patience for it. The hair thing. Where is it coming from? Yeah, what's the deal with ELRS taking forever to connect, man? 250 milliwatts, 500 hertz, 132 telemetry. That is super weird. On 250, it connects like damn near instantly. Whoa. Here we go. Man. The mega power loop is no joke. God damn it. Ah! Nope. But that's it. I mean, that's what we're going for here. I just need to be way more in control at the exit of the mega power loop. Damn it. Oh, fuck you, Beta FPV. Why do you go full rainbow? Show me where it is, Teddy. Thank you, little doggy. Come on now. Whenever you're ready, ELRS. Whenever you're ready. See how it struggled to take off there? It's one of the reasons that I think this Matrix AIO is not long for this world. Ah! Hey. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Full throttle. Leave it full throttle. Last battery up next. Here we go. And then I shall bid you adieu. All right, people. By Friday's live stream, I should have the basement put back together, which will be nice. But between now and then, I hope you have an excellent rest of your week. If you don't, next week will be better. Maybe. Maybe it'll be worse. You'll be alright, though, I promise. Oh. 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 Oh, God. Woo. Well, isn't that fancy? That's not what we're doing, though. Stop it! No! Oh! Ah! He's been just waiting for that. Oh, come on. No! Did not need to fucking disarm. Oh, god damn you! Oh, no, no, no. There's extra shit over there. Don't fly over there, you dingus. Nope. Oh. Phew. This impossible power loop is really difficult, although I almost just nailed it. Uh-oh. Ah. Oh, you fuck! There he is. There's my boy! Look at those thick, fluffy legs! Yeah! Good dog. What if I flew like this from now on? Ah! I don't know why that was such a surprise, but it was. The old throat shot to round out the live stream. JZ1234 says, can you try it with a 75mm? I can, but there's a snowball's chance in hell of me coming even remotely close to doing it. 75mm rigs, they just don't have anywhere near the performance needed to do something like this. That would just be... Yeah, I mean, they're just way worse inside. So it would... And this is incredibly difficult, so, like, you know, trying to use the wrong tool for something that's super difficult, it's just going to be a nightmare. So yeah, I'm not, like, if everybody asks me to do it, I guess I will, but yeah, no, I could just guarantee you that it would be even more impossible, basically. Well, cool. We can keep bashing on this V2 airframe, which is awesome. I am going to change these props, though. I got to be honest. I'm kind of falling out of love with these biblades. They make sense in theory on these 40,000 kV motors, but like every time I fly them and then I fly the HQ tri-blades, I'm like, man, the tri-blades are just where it's at. That little bit of extra grip and the little bit of extra thrust is really, really nice. But if you want the ultimate in off-throttle throw, it's got to be the biblades. Since I have one of these props off, I'm going to actually leave it off, and then I'm going to switch that thing over. Thanks for hanging, friends. I'll see you all on Friday at 7 o'clock. I will have gotten some sleep by that point. Be good. Shit. Forgot about the chat. CMYK says, what's the whoop you would recommend for a pilot getting back into analog 75mm mobile, asking for a buddy that does freestyle pro cinematic work? 65mm for indoors, 2S 75mm for outdoors. Gamehat says, can you hang a gate from the apex of the ceiling upstairs? I wish. There's just no good way of doing it. I wish, though. Cole Power says, feels better without the hair in there. Denzel Terrible says, make a deal with the kids, no Burger King unless they vacuum up their purple hair. They just won't get Burger King. All right, friends, be good. I'll see you guys on Friday. Here's some more outdoor 3-inching. This is still the... Oh no, this is the Grinderino. 3.5-inch props. See you Friday.